In ancient Japan, Chinese characters were taken and given a new purpose as kanji in the Japanese language. Then with written language came calligraphy. In the 11th century, the Buddhist priest Toba Sojo drew humorous images of other priests as animals in the left-to-right sequence. In 1874, the first manga magazine, Ishibun Nihonichi, was published inspired by British editorial magazines. In modern-day Japan, book culture is incredibly popular, much more so than in the US, and as such there are numerous different magazines that host comics. Some examples are Shonen Monthly, Lala, Weekly Shonen Sunday, and Hana no Yume, which have a myriad of different story genres for every taste. The biggest and well-known of these publications is Weekly Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump is a magazine that began publication in the 70s for stories targeted to adolescent boys and girls that adults could enjoy too. They're known for iconic stories such as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Death Note, Naruto, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, and many others. The magazine uses a system where many comics run in the magazine at the same time, with new ones added routinely. This is common practice for comic magazines, unlike in America where we sell single issues of comics. The series that do well with readers stay, while the ones that don't get pushed further to the end of the magazine until they're cancelled. One key feature found in all Jump comics is that characters must win their battles through effort and hard work. The comic Bakuman is a fictional story about two middle school students, Moritaka and Akito, who see themselves as having no future at a normal job, so they decide to team up and submit an original comic manuscript to Shonen Jump. Moritaka's parents, however, have a deep disdain for manga. Moritaka's uncle was also a comic artist who wasn't very successful and ended up working himself to death to try and find success. This all changes when Moritaka's grandfather gives him his blessing to pursue manga despite the loss of his son. The story follows the duo's triumphs and difficulties as they make their way into the professional manga industry. In my opinion, the show is very realistic in its portrayal of Japanese work culture. It acknowledges the faults of the system without doing anything about it. A big takeaway from this series is that Japanese people take work extremely seriously. In Japan, death from overwork is a very real thing, so much so that they even have their own word for it. The life of manga artists is filled with lots of stress, lack of sleep, malnutrition, diabetes, and back injuries. One manga artist on the internet posted his daily schedule, which revealed that he got as little as 3 hours of sleep a night. Malnutrition is typically common because artists usually can't afford to waste much time eating since they have to make their weekly deadline. So microwavable foods with little nutritional value are time savers. Then there's also the fact that they have to do well in popularity polls or else they lose their job. Of course, not all magazines are weekly. Some are monthly, which is said to be much more forgiving to work under, though the pool of notoriety from working for a popular magazine like Jump is always present. Kentaro Miura of Berserk fame died in May of 2021. He has been theorized to have died partly because of his elevated stress from being a manga artist. In the industry, burnout is so common that artists frequently have to take breaks due to health risks. There's even a chapter of the manga where Moritaka works so hard that he collapses from working too long that he has to go to the hospital. But then once at the hospital, he still asks his friends to bring him supplies so that he can finish the next chapter so that their series doesn't fall in ratings. He is even praised by his editor for his actions. But don't for a second think that overwork is exclusive to Japan. There are many jobs in America that involve crunch time, like video game developers, Marvel visual effects artists, and Amazon warehouse workers. So are we really any better? I guess only a little bit of stress and burnout is better than a lot, right? Yes, Bakuman depicts overwork. Yes, it depicts the effects that the long hours have on the artists, but at the end it accepts them. But maybe if the show tried pointing these things out, it wouldn't be as entertaining. Imagine if the characters randomly decided, oh, the way this company overworks us is not okay, let's completely abandon our dream and protest for better conditions. This completely goes against the point of the show, which is to be an inspirational tale that shows that hard work can make your dreams reality. At that point, the show would stop being entertainment and just become a political tool. I think this shows their love for creating is so strong that they don't even mind being in an environment that exploits them. Should the media be responsible for bringing about change? Or is it up to people in real life to bring about change so that when the media portrays the real world, they portray a healthier version? Shonen Jump manga is about triumphs, fights, and Bakuman earnestly shows the struggles and sacrifices that go into it.